Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I made a video yesterday in regards to Lily Phillips, who is the OnlyFans creator who decided to sleep with 101 men in 24 hours. And well, the amount of people that I have been seeing in the last 24 hours, like she's gone viral. Okay, that's to go without saying. And because she's gone viral, she's going to make even more money from this. But the level of people that are defending her actions, the ones that are saying it's all the fault of the men, that is truly disgusting, despicable, and it's no wonder why we have a huge problem in our society at the moment. They're demonizing men. They're demonizing all the 101 men that decided to go there, not stop, by the way, that they decided to go there and seemingly abuse Lily Phillips, and it's all the fault of the men. It's not the fault of the men entirely. Yes, all the men did the wrong thing and they showed up when they shouldn't have showed up, but no man had the decency, respect, or even an ounce of integrity to put a stop to it. Nah, we're just going to do it because the opportunity was presented to them. So what do you think the men are going to do? They're going to take up the opportunity, aren't they? Free, you know what, with a woman that is offering it, who is going to be making an absolute mozza from this. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the men are definitely at fault, but Lily Phillips was the one that decided to make this happen. She could have decided at any moment to put a stop to it. Better yet, she could have chosen not to do it. That would have been a smart thing to do. What person in their right mind decides to sleep with 100 dudes, or 101 dudes, I should say, in 24 hours? I don't believe for 1 second that she is right in the head. But we've got a society at the moment that says the next big thing. You've got to go for the next big thing. Go bigger or go home. And it's like this new level of OnlyFans creators. The next extreme seems to get them more and more money, more and more popularity, but all for all the wrong reasons. Now, if this was a man going, I am going to sleep with 101 women in 24 hours, the amount of people that would go and rail on the man for what he's doing and saying, oh, he's a disgusting pig, would be insane. Not the women that decided to do the exact same thing as all these 101 men did for Lily Phillips. They wouldn't be going after the women. They wouldn't be saying shame on the women. How dare you, what yourselves out. But seemingly they're going after all the men and they're going to create a culture at the moment that is demonizing and hating men. I'm being critical of the men, 100%, but I'm not demonizing them. I'm not going, this is the fault of all men. No, the woman was the one that offered. She cast all of those men. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? She's not stopping there. She's casting at the moment for 1,000 men in 24 hours. I don't think that's humanly possible. She may die in the process. She's only 23 years old, okay? And I do believe that she needs to be taken out of this. But keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is her conscious choice. She's making this on her own accord. She's not controlled by anyone. She is doing this for herself. Why people are defending her for making her own choices, I don't know. I think it's disgusting all the same. I think it's really despicable behavior. Where in the world are the parents, for goodness sake? Oh, I can only imagine what the father must think. Goodness me. You have created so much trauma. And she even said in the documentary that she only remembers 5 of the 101 because her body disassociated. The body was trying to protect herself from something that is not normal. Hello, but she wants to do it again. So there's this article on The Spectator, which I thought was actually really disgusting, from Julie Bindel, who apparently hates men. Not apparently, she's written articles on The Guardian. Why I Hate Men. That's a really enticing title, isn't it? You hate men. So this is the problem of our journalists today. So Julie Bindel wrote this article saying, shame on the men exploiting Lily Phillips. Yeah, it's all the fault of the men, right? Lily Phillips, who had, you know what, with 101 men in a single day in October, has hit the headlines, but the focus should be instead on the men that exploit her and the men that queued up to have you know what with her. No, you're wrong, Julie. You're definitely wrong. The focus should be on why Lily Phillips decided to sleep with 101 men in 24 hours. You can look at why the men showed up in the first place. We know why they showed up, but why didn't anyone decide to stop it from going on? Let's look at that. I think that's a much better question to actually dive into, don't you think? But no, Julie hates all men. Keep in mind about that, right? So on this YouTube film, I slept with 100 men in one day. This young, vulnerable woman is now planning her next endeavor to have you know what with 1,000 men in 24 hours or 1 minute, 44 seconds per you know what encounter nonstop for a day. Doubtless, this publicity stunt will increase her already substantial annual earnings, but Phillips will pay a heavy price. No doubt about that. 23 years old. Like, can you imagine telling your future partner, hey, I'm Lily Phillips, and guess what? I slept with 1,000 men in one day, and I survived it somehow. Like, the level, you're going to be stuffed up and scarred for the rest of your life. It is not normal or natural at all to be sleeping with that amount of people in one day, let alone your entire lifetime. 100 men, flip. That's a lot. But, yeah, goodness me. And the article just goes on and on and on. It gets worse and worse. And the thing is, Julie seemingly paints Lily as like this perfect specimen of being a victim, and it's all the fault of the men. Here's what Erin Elizabeth Health says. Let me get this straight. She said this is what she wanted and interviewed all the men and got paid for it, and it's their fault for accepting her invitation because that's what men want. I can only imagine how much worse than your drawing you really are. Yeah, she looks like someone that you want to have coffee with, doesn't she? Not. Anyway, Daddy Devil goes, she did it to herself. She's planning 1,000 men next. She isn't suffering. She's teaching children to be, she's teaching children to be, you know what? She's teaching it's okay to use men for gains. She's teaching women how to be alone for the rest of their lives. No one feels bad. Did you help then? I really, in some ways, I have a little bit of empathy because of the whole situation. You have to be really in a very dark place of like thinking that you don't respect yourself enough that you've got to do something like this. It's crazy. Gad Sad, who I have a lot of respect for, goes, while it is clear that throughout human evolution, men and women have evolved the desire for sexual variety, albeit much more so for men, it does not take an evolutionary behavioral scientist to tell you that the intimate act of you know what is not something that should be shared with 100 people in one setting, so to speak. One seating, sorry. There is no possible good outcome from such a orgastic form of self-harm. This woman's cost-benefit calculus is broken. The desire for fame and money suppressed her natural instincts to find it aversive to have you know what with 100 men. I know that she is free to make her own choices, but my heart aches for her lack of natural restraint. Yeah. Again, I'll say it. I'm fed up with seeing all the people defending her online. I really am fed up with it. The mainstream media is defending her online as well, as you can no doubt imagine. Oh, this is a perfect way to demonize men. Let's go with that. No, bad idea. Stop it. It's not the fault entirely of the men. Men played a part, 100%, but they wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for the woman that opened herself up to it and enticed and encouraged all these men to show up in the first place. I wish people would do more critical thinking. I really would. Anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.